Damn, perfectionism. Um, this is one I have a lot of experience with in my own life. It's a killer. Um, in me, it started, I think, very long ago, very, very long ago. Um, Had to do with how I was raised, for sure. Um, I guess it does for all of us. Um, but first of all, like, what the hell is it even? I guess we all kind of know. Um, we need to be perfect, feel desire to be perfect, whatever that means. Obviously, different for different people. Perfect? That's actually a good question. What the hell does that mean? Um, I would say it means that it's completely in line with who we think we are or want to be, even more. Who we think we should be, who we are entitled to be, how we want to be seen by everybody else. And I guess it boils down to what we were taught very early on would get us what we need, like care from a parent, love from a parent. And that's why it's so deeply ingrained in many of us. It is in me, for sure. And it's something after sort of discovering that this is a huge barrier, like a huge hurdle to jump, I started fighting it. But of course, before that, I just was it. I embraced it, or just was it. I thought it was good, trying to, get straight A's and thinking that if I got a B, that was bad. I'd failed. Being happy only with the perfect thing, a 4.0. That's just in the school realm. That's it. If it's not that, then it's not good. But for instance, let's just take that. Why did it turn into a barrier? In college, I got to college, went to a good school, and amazingly, surprisingly, incredibly, I was not the smartest kid anymore. Oh my God. It was hard to get A's, suddenly. There were geniuses walking around everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, this doesn't compute, man. This doesn't make sense. This is not what I want or need, or this is not the world. My world is, I'm really smart and I can get A's whenever I feel like it. And everything's easy. That's my world. So what is this world? And then what did I do with that? Like a lot of perfectionists, stop trying. Don't try to do your homework. Don't try to get A's. Because, as we all know, then you have a great excuse, which is, I didn't try. I've heard this loads of times, but I know it from me, from myself, that in college I stopped trying because I knew that it would be incredibly hard, or maybe I could not achieve my perfect results. So that's where it becomes a barrier. You stop because you're so freaking afraid that it's not going to work, it's not going to happen. And that is an identity problem, which is really, really strong. Huge. Emotional, deep down impact when your identity is so challenged. So that was... So then, did I learn as much in college as I could have? Obviously not. And that is a massive, massive hit. So the whole why I would call perfectionism obviously clearly insane, more clearly insane than some other insanities, which we have many of, which this channel is about, is because this messes up your life. You lose opportunities. You lose out on what you're supposed to freaking experience in life. And that is just a fact. It's everywhere. If you don't experience stuff, if you don't try stuff because you have to be perfect and you kind of know you're not gonna be, you miss out. And you could say, if you want to be cheesy, you don't grow. But if you want to be not cheesy, you don't practice stuff because you're too freaking scared, and then you don't learn, and you don't expand. That's not cheesy, is it? Just one quick other example from my life. Large scale. I was a musician. Okay, artists experience this all the time. I was a musician. Some people would have said, this guy's pretty good, la la, whatever. Who cares? The point is, I made something once that actually did get attention. I got calls on the phone from someone wanting to manage me. I spoke with people on the phone. What happened after that? I didn't do a single damn thing after that. I didn't do anything after that. Because the need to have even just a similar amount of attention, it's not like I got famous or anything. It was like people were interested in working with me, which is what real artists do, right? They keep working at stuff. The ones that are, successful, they work for years and years and years and years at that. The dream of like the creation of the beautiful thing overnight and then success is fake, is a fantasy for the most part, for the really, really most part. But again, what did I do? Shut it down. Fear. So afraid of not being perfect, essentially, not having it go the way that I needed to go or thought that it should, which is of course like, accolades, praise, oh my God, all so wonderful. It's a killer. Okay, it is a killer. That's why this channel, this right here, is a practice, is a spiritual practice. Because it is fighting that. Every time a video gets 0 views, good. I come back and practice the exact opposite of what I was taught to practice. You practice doing it again. Practice practicing. You do it. You don't expect an overnight success, an overnight hit, something you get easy, something you get free because you're so freaking amazing that the world should just love you right away. Yeah, perfectionism is a great, umbrella term for a bunch of stuff. Around egos being too strong. Narcissism gets thrown a lot these days. That word is a beautiful word. Overused now, surely. But it, it's got some perfectionism in it, obviously. And we all have it to some degree, just like we do all this stuff. But man, if you have it bad, it can be debilitating. It can ruin your life on a certain level because you just don't engage. We hear this stuff all the time. Like, we all know all this stuff, but it's hard to act on it. It's hard to fight it because it goes so deep, incredibly deep, and it's like you're fighting the most epic battle when you're fighting this stuff. Because this goes to the root. This goes to, where do you get your sense of feeling good about yourself, value, worth? And if you're looking in the wrong place, man, you are gonna get crushed over and over. If you don't have like a backup place to look for worth, for meaning. Yeah, in any case, just a little bit about perfectionism. It will come up again, because I could talk about it till the cows come home. Alright, love you all. Ciao.